Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Cam and welcome back to the AFI Project. I'll be covering every single movie on AFI's top 100 movies of all time list. I've already covered Citizen Kane and The Godfather. Those reviews will be annotated in the eye in the right hand corner if you'd like to check those out. But for right now, let's dig into my favorite romance movie of all time, or at least one of them, including Princess Bride, Casablanca. This movie is based on the play called Everybody Goes to Rick's, and it tells the story of Rick Blaine, played by Humphrey Bogart. He owns a club in Nazi-occupied Morocco. He seems pretty content with running his club and not bothering a single soul, despite the fact that Nazis sit there pretty much every night. But when the love of his life returns, played by Ingrid Bergman, his life is thrown completely out of whack, especially considering that her new love interest is a pretty wanted individual by the Nazis. I remember watching this movie in high school in my film appreciation class, and I guess I was a little young at the time, but I remember really enjoying the movie. Then I saw the movie again on the big screen, and I enjoyed it again. But it wasn't until this viewing that I really did appreciate what makes this movie so great. It's a great blend of both mystery and romance. Firstly, I love the production design. Rick's Club looks like an actual club that you could go to. It looks like it's in Morocco, despite the fact that it's not even filmed in Morocco. It was virtually all shot at Warner Brothers Studios in Culver City, California, with the exception of the Nazi General Strasser's arrival, which was shot at Van Nuys Airport. But the true highlight of the movie was Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. Humphrey Bogart may have been the most charismatic individual that maybe ever lived, or at least in the top tier, because he was an excellent actor. In terms of the stoic, no-nonsense good guy, he is the personification of that. He doesn't get riled up easily. You can't read him. He has just the best poker face you could imagine. And especially in this movie, he remains perfectly neutral. You could ask him about literally anything, and he'll take the neutral position. So you would be like, "Hey Rick, choice A or choice B?" And then he'd be like, "What about choice C?" And for the first 15 to 30 minutes, he is just smooth as silk. He runs his club. He doesn't care who's in it. It's as long as they pay, I really don't care. But then Ingrid Bergman shows up, and his whole world just goes completely out the window. The movie does a great job of showing that this person was the only one to truly shake Rick and make him feel things that he's never felt before. And through a series of unfortunate events, specifically in the city of Paris, Rick basically built up walls around his emotions, and he just tried to move on, but I don't think he ever truly did. When Rick says the famous quote, "Out of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she had to walk into mine," that has extra weight to it because he knows that Ilsa, Ingrid Bergman's character, was the only one to make him feel real love. He basically gave Ilsa his heart, and Ilsa just kinda stomped on it. It makes for one of the best romances I've ever seen on film. But this movie's not just a romance, it's also a mystery, specifically revolving around Victor Laszlo, Ilsa's husband. Laszlo is wanted for writing bad press about the Nazis, and, well, they don't like that. The Nazis in this movie are portrayed as egotistical, arrogant assholes. They show up, they do whatever they want, because they're "We've invaded everything, haha." It's also worth noting that the two main Nazis in this movie are played by Claude Rains, who would go on to play the Invisible Man in the 1930s, The Invisible Man, and have a lengthy career in film. And his boss, the main Nazi, is played by Conrad Veidt, who had originally played Cesar in the original horror movie, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, and the man who laughs in the movie The Man That Laughs, which was a chief inspiration for the Joker. I really have nowhere else to put that in the review. I just found that stuff to be fascinating. But in my opinion, the best scene in the movie is when the Nazis are in the bar and they start singing their national anthem, and everyone else in the bar starts singing La Marseillaise to drown them out. Because remember, Morocco was a French territory at the time, so when Nazi invaded France, they also invaded Morocco by proxy. And when Les Marseillais starts playing, it's like, yeah, you may have invaded us, but we're still gonna fight no matter what. It's a subtle scene, but it speaks volumes. I also really enjoyed the ending, because Rick basically has two choices. He can either rat out Victor Laszlo and spend the rest of his life with Ilsa, or let them go. Thankfully, he makes the right call and lets them go, but not without one final exchange with Ilsa, which has my favorite line of the movie, "We'll always have Paris." Because in that line, it says so much in literally like 4 words. If you have not seen Casablanca, do yourself a favor, especially nowadays. Find some time to watch it, because it is one of the finest romance and mystery movies ever made. And that is all for me, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. Next up on the AFI Project, I'll be covering the Martin Scorsese boxing drama, Raging Bull. But if you liked this video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts on Casablanca in the comments down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, click the subscribe button and hit the bell to allow notifications. That way, when a new video drops, you will be the first to know about it. My name is Ryan Cam, and I'll see you in the next one.